hung it on the toolbox.
It's got acid on it.
Yeah, it's got an acid on it, don't it, bud? We're gonna clean it up. Yeah, we got our hands on this 2002 Trailblazer. So we're gonna clean it up and get it ready to go.
Gotta get super close to it.
So this 2002 Trailblazer.
Yeah.
We're sitting for about what, 5 years? 5 or 6 years? Yeah. Because it didn't really run anything else like that, so we're gonna do some. We're gonna give it a shake.
Can't really see the stuff coming off the windshield on camera, but it's a lot.
It's been sitting here for months.
I thought it was champagne.
Yeah, me too. But it was really not the sun. It's been a while since we had an inline six, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
I've had a ton of people asking me about 4200s and if I was going to have any videos. And that's the main reason that we went ahead and picked this thing up. So we'll be doing some maintenance and whatever has to be done to fix it up. I literally know nothing about it except for I got it to start.
Yeah.
I don't know if, if it has, we don't know if it has gears or not, It goes forward and backwards, but we don't know if it has more than one.
True. That's probably strong. It still got me all whoop. And you said it's 4x4, right?
Yeah. I know because it says service 4-wheel drive.
Nice. Think we're going to leave that one in this one?
Probably.
We normally take it out of them.
I don't know what we're doing with this thing. I've been wanting to build a 4x4. Here goes some good.
Ooh, look at this one.
Oh, it's so terrible.
I know, it's coming out like, it's coming out awesome.
It's that superior thing I put on there.
Yeah.
That stuff is so good.
All this white Colorado we did.
Yep. Look at that.
It's in a bit. Hey.
at all that stuff coming out of there. Beautiful, isn't it? So satisfying when I see that stuff come out. I'm amazed how good stainless stuff can be on TV. Can you say so?
I got spread the eyeball.
Get all the rest of the soap off though. See all the white. Just kind of give it a light. There you go. Did you get this plastic on the front really good, gray?
Yeah.
Okay.
All that crap's not coming off.
No, I mean the dark gray, like the not painted plastic.
Yeah.
Okay. I see a couple light spots. See if this spot will come off right here. See that corner? Alright. That might be about it. Alright guys. Some of you know from Facebook, but we got this 2002 Trailblazer, and actually this is the first 2002 I think I've ever actually put my hands on. I've worked on 03s, 04s, everything, but this is an 02 4x4 LT, so it's basically fully loaded. And we're giving it a little bit of a makeover. Me and Brandy already put some hours in and cleaned up the interior. We took all the seats out, cleaned the carpet up, you know, got everything cleaned up in here, and she's looking pretty nice. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and clean up the exterior. Our plan right now, we're going to shave the badges. I already upgraded the rear wiper arm. For you guys that don't know, the original one is like some kind of weird, like skinny, crooked looking weird thing, and this is the one I actually shaved off the back of my truck. And funny enough, mine's an 05, so it had the goofy, crooked, old school one too. And I had bought that one years ago, but when I took it over here, I saved it to put on this one. So got a brand new wiper arm, got a new rubber cap in there, new windshield wiper, so that's all nice looking. Just little updates, you know, stuff I've got around the house. So we're gonna take that off. We're gonna go ahead and shave the trim off the doors. We're gonna take these step sides off, you know, just try to give it more of a little bit of a sporty, updated kind of vibe. And the plan is to go ahead and sell this thing. So anyway, we're going to get going on this stuff, and we'll just update you as we go as far as taking the trim off and all that kind of stuff. All right guys, got this thing pulled in the garage, and oh, I got a ozone machine because I got a few cars I needed to deodorize, so we're about to run this ozone generator in this Trailblazer because I don't know, it kind of smells like, what would you describe it as, like a dead rat?
Something's dead.
I don't know, it's like nothing's dead in there, but it's
I opened it upside down.
It smells pretty rough. That's okay. So anyway, some of the things that I'm doing to this thing to try to kind of just give it some small updates, you know. Come on, Mike. Give it some small updates. Like I shaved the, you know, the original ones like 02, 03, or maybe like 04. I think had this antenna on the glass. So I shaved that off, and I'm gonna get the one on the inside as well. If you don't know, holy crap, I just said the word OnStar. Okay, so OnStar is not even supported in vehicles that are older than 2006 anymore because they got like an older style system. So regardless of whether anybody wanted to use it or not, it's antiquated technology, it's useless, and so getting rid of it. Just kind of like a trim, you know, like a lot of the newer ones, they didn't have any trim. Some of the newer ones had like a color match trim that was smaller, and then the later ones like 08, 09, they didn't have any trim on the doors. So but these things look so much better without trim, and so we're gonna save that off. We're gonna, like I said, take the step sides off, I'll probably leave that just because they're not dirty. And we're gonna shave the emblems off the back and go ahead and get everything polished, try to clean the glass. We're gonna hit this thing with some clay bar and then do like a one-step on it after we get everything stripped. And hopefully after running this ozone for a couple hours, the interior will smell nice and fresh. And the only other things that we've done so far, it's got a new battery. I fixed the remotes, they were dirty, and I put new batteries in them. I topped off the AC because it was a little bit low. And I think that's it aside from cleaning the interior. So while we're getting ready to get this trim pulled off and stuff, I'll show you guys some pictures of the interior. And you know, during the little process of us getting it kind of cleaned up, we didn't really video it because honestly I just didn't really feel like it. So that's what it gets down to. But anyway, I'll show you guys some pictures of cleaning the interior. And you know, just a bunch of little stuff. You know, this thing's actually in really good shape. I even just put all new windshield wiper blades on it, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, you guys enjoy the montage, and we'll show you how to get this trim off. Alright, I know I've covered this in an older video, but why not cover it again, right? I'm going to show you how to easily remove the trim off the side of your Trailblazer and or other vehicle that you're working on. That's better. Alright, so you're going to get yourself some fishing line. What kind of fishing line is not extremely important as long as it's not some goofy like 5-pound stuff, alright? There's some 14-pound Cajun line, and I can tell you from experience, Cajuns don't mess around. So if you get something called Cajun, I mean, I'm just telling you, it's gonna be some good stuff, alright? So you're gonna take this line and you're gonna stick it behind the edge of that trim. You see that, Chase? You see how it's right behind the trim?
Yeah.
Alright. And you're just gonna kind of lightly pull on it and kind of slice through it. And what's gonna happen is, once it starts building a little heat, of course there's water in there right now, but once you build just a little bit of heat, it starts cutting through the tape that's behind you. It's like double-sided tape. See how I'm working through there now? Now, once you get to a certain point, you're going to take something like this right here, plastic, slide behind there to lift it up. See that? With me so far? You can talk?
Yeah,
it's all good. Alright. So we're just going to keep it moving. And once you get that pressure off of there, like you notice how at first it didn't really cut. Once it starts building up a little bit of heat, you see how it's kind of starting to move? Yeah. Alright, you don't want to pull too tight and you don't want to get it too hot because you'll just keep breaking your string. But you'll kind of just play around with it and you'll find like a certain angle or something that moves a little faster than others. And honestly, this works a lot better when it hasn't just been freshly pressure washed, but it's still working. So we'll just keep sliding on down. See how fast it's going now? Like I said, you can't pull too hard on the string, it just keeps snapping. So you kind of got to get a feel for it. And once it gets to a certain temperature, you know, you'll feel it. It's hard to explain, but you just kind of got to work it through here. And it'll get to a point where it kind of wants to stop. Just slide this up, you know, and just keep going. See how it's all of a sudden moving again?
Yeah.
And all we're doing is cutting through some double-sided tape. And you just keep bringing this plastic thing, whatever you choose to use, just make sure it's not going to mess the paint up. And just keep slicing through it. And it's safe for the paint, you're not going to really tear anything up. The next part's really cool when I get the eraser wheel. I'll show you that in a minute. See the steam coming off of the line and the water that's in there? You'll see it every once in a while. But see, this is really easy, and this is with me explaining it. Like, if you're just doing it, and you're not really like trying to, you know, show people how to do it, it really goes a little quicker. But see, I just got it a little too hot. It happens sometimes. Just bring it back in there. Start with a fresh piece. And honestly, after a while, it's gonna break anyways.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it just kind of wears out. So that's why I keep it on the roll like this, because when you start feeling it getting kind of rough, you can just roll a little bit more out and start with some clean line. But you can get fishing line anywhere cheap.
Oh yeah.
This is only 14-pound line. I used to use a, I think it was a 50-pound line, a monofilament, and I ended up finally using all of that roll. See that steam right there? See it? Just a little bit. See it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Anyway, 50-pound works really good. But if it says Cajun on it, you're probably for sure gonna be alright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you just work your way down through here. You know.
Yeah, you can definitely get them at Walmart. Not sponsored.
But see, if you kind of pull it at an angle like this, you're pulling away from the paint for one thing. And then the other thing that's cool is that it cuts fast at this angle, because the stuff is kind of it's around the edges. Like, you see it back there? It's just around the edges, it's not in the middle. So if you're pulling it at a kind of a sharp angle like this, it cuts a lot faster. You just want to make sure not, like, you got to keep moving your little plastic tool up, because once it gets kind of tight, it'll start binding up the string. So you want to go about maybe 3-4 inches or something like that. You know, slide it up a little bit, and then once you get to the end, it'll just fall into place, which is pretty satisfying. I broke it again. 14-pound line. Anyway, we're right there at it. Here we go. Bam! See that? And this car's never even been repainted. It's so clean. Now, I want to skip right to the, instead of going back here to the back door, I'm going to show you the eraser wheel and how to do the eraser wheel. And then we're going to trade places. I'm going to hold the camera.
What, for that one?
Yeah. Because this is, you know, if I can't teach you, how am I going to teach people online? You know what I mean? Like,
True.
you got this. This is easy stuff. And this part right here, you can't really, as long as it's good paint on a metal surface, you pretty much can do whatever you want to with this thing. You ain't gonna mess nothing up. But if it's on a plastic bumper or something, you better watch it. It will burn the paint right off of it. Alright, go back way over there. And you can run this on high speed. I kind of prefer to just run it on low speed. There's actually a little bit of dirt behind here. Hang on a second. I want to... Where is... Let me just grab one of these yellow ones. I'll put this one up.
Okay.
Alright, we'll get back to it. Alright, so for some reason yours had dirt behind it. You want to wipe the dirt off. Because the dirt is scratching. You know, it's grit. It's gritty. So if you see like this, all this orange, that's dirt. See that? That's a lot of dirt actually. So probably the best thing to do, honestly, would be to cut all your trim off and then go back out and pressure wash it before you take the eraser wheel to it. But I'm trying to demonstrate this on camera, so I want to try to get this done a little quicker. But anyway, you see we got pretty much all the dirt off as far as I can tell. At least enough that we don't have to worry about it. So we got this on low speed, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put this on the tape right there, and it will literally just take it off. See it? Yeah. This is like some kind of soft rubber stuff, and it just kind of rolls it off. And it's super easy. I've done this probably I'd say upwards of about 50 vehicles. I've probably done this too. You can take the pinstripes off, all kind of stuff, but it just rolls this glue right off the side of this thing. And you see how it's not messing the paint up? Yeah. So you'll just run down through here, get all this tape off, glue and residue and stuff. Like I was saying, I like to run it on low speed because it doesn't eat the battery up as bad, but you can also put it on the high speed. And you can pretty much go as fast as you want to on a metal surface as long as you got a good quality paint. If your paint's not great, you gotta be really careful. Because it will, you know, if it's not good paint, it'll take it off. But anyway, you can just run through here and just get this stuff off. The residue you're seeing is actually the rubber from the eraser wheel. I mean, this is amazing. If you've ever tried to do this without this tool, you know how amazing this is. This right here, it's really hard. Like if you try to get it off the BB gun, or you know, even back in the day, I've done this with WD-40 and stuff before, and it works. But you're gonna spend probably 10 times the amount of time on it that you would with this right here. And this is just knocking this stuff right off. The residue and everything. Now, what do you think that was? Maybe 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Something like that, maybe. I mean, let's say 30 minutes. Still pretty awesome. And then this is just the rubber residue. So look at this. Take this thing and wipe. You can wipe off the eraser wheel residue, and then you're pretty much left with just clean paint.
Both sides.
Yeah. Now this is dirt that's embedded in the clear coat, and
That ain't coming off.
yeah, it is.
Oh.
Just not like this. So this is where we are going to actually clay bar the vehicle, and then once we start putting compound, like cut compound and hitting it with the buffer and stuff like that, this stuff will clean it right up. Like we'll get it right out of the clear coat. Sometimes if you don't have a buffer and stuff, you can spend a little bit of time kind of scrubbing on it. We'll do a little spot right here, but you can scrub on it a little bit with a wipe or some Gooby Gone, or you can even take a fiber, what do you call it, the towels, the detailing towels, and put a little bit of cut compound on there, and you can actually just kind of rub it on these lines right here. And you can do it by hand. You don't have to have a buffer, but we're doing the entire vehicle, so it works out for us to just do this all at the same time. But you can see as I'm wiping this down, like right there, it's gone. You see it?
Yeah.
So once we start hitting it with the clay bar and the cut compound and the polish, like this door will look like that trim was never there. So, and honestly, we could do the same thing if we pull the roof rack off, but we're not taking the roof rack off because that's just a little too much. You know, if we were keeping it maybe, but we're selling it, so roof rack's staying on there. But we're just updating the look of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it already looks better, don't it? Right?
Yeah.
Like, that trim's just hideous. So we're gonna go ahead and start removing the rest of the trim, and we'll see how it goes. Probably maybe even time lapse some of this after you get going a little bit. There, little guy, big guy, little big guy.
Oh, little.
So you're littler than me.
Taller.
I can call everybody little.
Where's the string?
Yep. I don't know, where is it?
Where?
Oh, it's up there. Next to my thing.
So does it really matter how I hold it?
No. Well, I mean, you saw what I did. I just wrapped this around my hand. You feel how it's kind of rough right there? Like, just wrap some around your hand. That's way long enough. Okay. There you go. And then just kind of hold it right there, and then just put it up under the trim. And then just start cutting it.
Ow.
And once you do it a little bit, you'll get the feel of it. Just don't pull too hard. You're wanting to do less pressure and more heat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if the friction of the string is what's cutting it, it ain't sharp. You know what I mean? It's just the friction heat that's cutting it. So you want to try to hold it kind of as flat as you can back. Yeah, just like that. And then just put a little pressure on it and keep it moving. And once you get about a little ways in, you need this. You feel it binding your string up?
Yeah.
I may not be able to get it in there yet. There you go. See if it'll go some more now. Do a little longer stroke. Yeah, there you go. Generate more heat that way. You feel it smooth out? When it smooths out, it starts cutting a lot. Try to keep it flat. I feel like you're probably stuck into the trim right there, maybe. But you want to stay kind of as close to the door as possible. And move a little bit faster. And it should kind of start smoothing out once you start cutting it. Once you feel it the first time, you'll know. Cause like right now, you're not really cutting it. There you go. You kind of feel it start to smooth out.
Yeah.
Did you feel it get easier when I stuck that back there?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Try to pull more on the bottom side so it'll cut more. You may be stuck in like a groove right there. Try it right there. Yeah, you had cut a little bit of a groove in the plastic, which is fine. It's just you got to get the feel for it. But I just noticed it wasn't moving. It still ain't moving. Okay, maybe it'll go now. Keep pressure on it. I want to hop back in there again. Pull pressure on it. Alright, keep pressure on it. See if it'll go past it. Yeah, I think you're good. That bottom just ain't trying to get out of there. It's somehow stuck in like a little groove. Look, let me wedge this up. Alright, now get the string out of there and pull it back. Let me hold this again. You see how it's stuck right there? Like
Yeah.
get it past that spot. It's like stuck in something. There you go. Now pull it. You see how it was stuck in there somehow?
Yeah.
Now it'll cut.
Ow, it's wrapped around my finger. What happened?
Jesus. I don't know, just keep moving. Somehow you keep cutting grooves in the plastic. You gotta try to keep it up against the door. Like you're not keeping it close to the door. That's your problem. Like keep your hands like way over here. I think you're good now. And then once you get in a good spot, like once you start getting a little bit longer stroke to generate some more heat, it'll just start going. And once you figure it out the first time, you're a pro. That's all it takes, one time to feel it. You see the top's going good for you. It's just the bottom for some reason you're not getting even pressure on the bottom. Or maybe stuck in the groove again. Alright, try it right there. Just keep pressure on it. You didn't keep pressure on it. Keep the bottom tight. You're not keeping the bottom tight. I'm trying to help you get it past this groove right here. Alright, now try it. Keep it up against the door. There is like something right here. Pull it tight. Okay, now do it again. Finally, I think it's going now. I don't know what kept getting caught right there. I'm gonna find out when we pull this off what was back there. I've never seen one get stuck like that. Let's see, just keep going. You see how it's starting to roll out now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little tricky the first couple times you do it, but once you get the feel for it, you can slice it right off like it ain't nothing. Here. Just try to keep it real close to the door like you're doing. That's beautiful. See, now you're doing it just as good as I was, right there. It took you, what, like 10 minutes to figure it out?
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. Anybody can do this. Take a little bit more stroke. There you go. Pull it flat. Keep going. Beautiful. Alright. I broke it like 6 times, bro. Don't feel bad. It was just worn out. I can see it beating up. Just slide it around there. You can pop it right over the tool. That's where, like, if you get like a 50-pound or something like that line, or 30-pound line, you won't break it as much. Just not over it. Yeah, just like that. Pop it through. Just pull it. It'll pop it through.
There we go.
See how smooth it is again?
Yeah.
Watch this bottom, so you gotta get it. Make sure you don't cut another groove. There you go. Yeah, the bottom ain't moving. Hang on. Just like pull it tight. All right, try it right there. Yeah, I think it's going now. Definitely. Now all you gotta do is watch it fall on the floor like a pro. A little more pressure. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, she's coming around the corner. Pull that one down a little bit. There you go. Go ahead. Cause I think this one's stuck in another groove somehow. Just undo this one. And then try to get this one to come up. Oh yeah, she's moving. Oh snap. Man, told you, like a pro.
Ah, my hand.
Like, I bet once you do the other side, you're gonna be like, oh, I got this figured out now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're just gonna take a wipe right here. And get all the dirt off. Try to spread it out like, yeah, there you go. Instead of like scrubbing it, you want to kind of like swipe it off. That's probably good enough.
Alright. Give me the.
This part's easier.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so just put it up like this.
Okay.
And then just put the pressure on the glue. Like start at the very front edge. And then still about half throttle on there. Get it tight, yeah. Put some pressure on it. Just kind of work it up and down. And it'll start coming in. Here, it'll be easier for you right now. Do it on 1 speed so you can just hold the pedal down. And then just focus on where you're putting your pressure up and down. Stay right on that lead edge, because once you start peeling off, it'll peel really quick. Yeah, you put a little more pressure. That soak that's in that wipe ain't helping right now either. You feel like you're erasing something.
Yeah.
Feeling it?
Yeah.
once you do this a little bit, and you kind of figure out all the little tweaks on there, you can do it a lot faster. But you're doing really good. That's all you really got to try to do is just stay on that lead edge and just kind of roll it back from one edge to the other, you know?
Yeah.
And then what I like to do is like where you're at now, I would stop and go to the bottom. That way you don't have to keep coming way back, you know? Another thing I like to focus on, but you don't need to worry about right now, is like the angle you've got this wheel at and try to keep the wear even on it.
Yeah.
Because like it really works good, and normally if you keep it kind of flat like that, you get more contact surface. See it?
Yeah.
So but I mean, this thing will take off pin stripes, like dealership stickers. It don't really matter what it is, it'll take it off. You just gotta be really careful if it's like a plastic bumper. You gotta go really slow. Super slow. Alright, we're gonna time lapse the rest of this tour. Can you imagine how fast you're working right now?
Yeah.
It's like, how long do you want this tour to take? About 20 seconds? 30 seconds? Just take your wipe now, get a clean spot, like fold it over the other way. Try to keep dirt from being on there, and then just wipe that stuff off. Look at that, isn't that amazing? And that door's pretty clean compared to the front. But if you feel any glue residue left, you need to get it off now. But it looks like it's clean to me. See how much better this thing looks already?
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. All right, so now we're gonna do the emblem on the back.
A 6'5" guy cannot be back here.
Hey, I pulled it up pretty far, you know. But exact same procedure, but these come off way faster. Like you're about to find out. Like you're gonna do the exact same thing you just did. It's gonna take you like 20 seconds to cut that whole emblem off. Like once you get it lined up right. You don't even have to wedge it or anything. Watch your bottom right there. There you go. Oh man, it's almost been 20 seconds. What are you doing? Here, I'll lift this back a little bit. It might help. Watch your bottom right there. Get it behind that O, or the corner of the O. Look right there. Go ahead. And it don't really help that it's a little bit wet back there. Get behind there. Keep it behind it. There you go. Remember, heat is what's cutting it, so you want to make sure it stays behind the corners, and then do longer strokes. You'll generate a lot more heat. And not really necessarily more pressure, just long strokes. So you gotta keep it flat. There you go. It's about to break, probably. You see, if you get it the right angle and get the right amount of pressure, it just starts flying through there. See it? See how it's doing?
Yeah.
Piece of cake. By the time you get over to that Trailblazer emblem, you'll have it off in like no time compared to this one. It's just weird learning all the little edges and stuff, you know? Bye bye birdie. Woohoo! That's what we do with those. Throw them in the floor. Alright, so
it's gonna break it.
now all you gotta do is kind of wipe it off again and hit it with the drill. See, it's a lot quicker than the side trim. And like I said, the reason we're wiping it off is to just try to get some of the dirt out of there. It's not gonna get it all, but it'll just keep, you know, at least get some of the bigger stuff out of there so it won't scratch it as much. And then you'll probably have to kind of do it at like an angle like that, and just always start at that front end. Once you burn through that soap, it'll start cutting. Yeah, see? Time lapse in 3, 2, 1. Scrub all that glue off, or the residue off of there. See how much cleaner that looks? And see that right there, you might have to just come back. No, it's coming on. But see, that's still some of the glue right there, so you just gotta get it off. Because the buffer's gonna have a much harder time with it if you don't get it all off. Alright, so while you continue around that side, I'm gonna go ahead and clay bar the passenger doors.
I'm assuming that's gonna take a lot longer.
Huh?
I said I'm assuming that's gonna take a lot longer.
Nah, I'll probably be done with these 2 doors before you finish over there. But you can get that trim off, that emblem off, and then do the trim on the other side. And we're gonna start working on double tasking. Now that we've shown you guys how to do some of this stuff. And what we're gonna do is clay bar this door and that door. And for the sake of education, I'll show you guys how to polish these lines out of the door and all that good stuff. So instead of starting with like the whole truck. So yeah. Alright, so right here I've got a mother's polish. But we got, it comes as in a kit. You got your clay bar. It comes with 2 of those, a rag and some instant detailer, which is just used as lubricant. And so what we're gonna do is we'll start in this section. You're just gonna kind of just spray the door down, and you're gonna take your clay. And if it's not very soft, you know, you might want to knead it a little bit. You know, just to make it nice and soft. But this is gonna basically, you're gonna be getting the contaminants out of the paint. So it's as simple as just rubbing this on here. It's kind of, you're basically scrubbing it with the clay, and you can feel it, the friction on the spots that are really contaminated. And then it'll get kind of slick. So I'll do this one section right here. You can see all this stuff just coming right out of the paint already. And so all I did was above the line. It's already very smooth, very slick. It don't take long. Like I said, once you try it, you can feel it. You'll feel what I'm talking about. But look at all the contaminants that just came out of that paint. I mean, that's just insane. And so some of it, if it's real heavy like that, you can kind of try to wipe some of it off. But you'll just roll this over, you know, get you a nice flat contact patch on there. Just work your way down. And like I said, you can feel it. It's real rough at first, and then once you start sliding it on there, you can just feel it get nice and smooth. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole door. Man, there's so much stuff coming out. I felt that piece right there. get that off so it's not scratching the door. And once you get some contaminants in this, all you gotta do is just kind of mix it up a little bit like this, and it kind of traps it in there. Just press it up against the door, get you a little bit of a flat edge. And the other thing is, you definitely want to keep it wet, so if it starts drying on you, you know, it'll be a little bit harder to do. But we're just gonna take this and just keep going, clay bar, you know. And boy, this paint's rough, buddy. But it's starting to smooth out already. I wish you guys could feel what I'm feeling. You know, there's just so much stuff coming out of this paint, it's unbelievable. So I will finish clay barring this door. You see, you can see stuff like that right there, the brown spot. And once I hit it with this clay bar, you know, it just kind of pulled it right off. So, you know, these lines right here, a lot of this stuff will come out with the clay bar. But basically, once it's nice and slick and smooth, the clay bar's done pretty much all it's gonna do. You're just really smoothing out the clear coat and getting all the contaminants out of the surface of the clear coat. And if you start hearing like if you can hear it sliding around, you need to try to get whatever grit was in there off, or either just mix it up again. You know, just knead it like dough or whatever. You know, and it'll trap those contaminants inside of there. Then just kind of flatten it out. Spray some more of this stuff on here. And once the door is nice and smooth, we will get the polisher out and we'll hit it with some cut compound, and then we'll hit it with some polish, and I'll show you guys how this door looks compared to that one. Alright, I haven't even polished yet. This is just the clay bar. And the door is already so much smoother. Like, look at all the metallic in that paint. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but there's a lot of metallic in that paint. Let's see if I can figure out how to get the glare. Anyway, you can see the reflection in my hand and stuff. Which, you know, the paint's somewhat shiny, but there's so much metallic in here. I hope it's coming out on camera, but we got this door clay bar, and I don't know if you can really tell the difference by looking at it in the camera. I can see a difference, but yeah, so we're about to hit this thing with the polisher that quick. Alright, so I've got a medium sponge, because this paint's really not too bad. So I've got a medium sponge with my I'm using Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And I'm going to hit this door with that, and then I'm going to take my quick detailer and a clean rag, and I'm going to clean that off, and then I'm going to switch to my black sponge, which is a fine sponge. I'm going to hit it with this Ultimate Polish right here. And normally I would be doing this on the whole truck in stages, but like I said, I'm trying to do this door so I can show you guys, and then once I get this door done, we're going to knock the rest of the truck out, so off camera. So anyway, I'll set you guys up. If there's any little spots you might can work on them just a little bit extra, but I put the compound in the sponge and kind of rubbed it in, so it's not super wet, but it's got some in it, and that's really all you need. And you know, so we'll just start working on the door. is with the polish. Where's my flashlight? Right here it is. Alright. It's gonna be hard to catch with this light, but I don't know if you guys can like see the reflection of like the, you know, let me get the screens on. Here we go. Alright, can you guys see like the reflection of the stuff over there? Off the paint? Okay. This door looks like glass. It's absolutely beautiful. I haven't even hit it with the polish yet. This is the compound. I just don't know how it's gonna look on camera. I'll figure that out, I guess. But the paint on this truck is just gorgeous. I like this metallic. It's got a lot of metallic in it I didn't notice before. But if you can kind of compare it to this door, I don't know. Maybe that angle will get it. Can you see the difference there? Maybe. We'll just glide down the door, and then you can just see the difference in the paint. So from straight on, I mean that don't even really look that bad. But when you see the light shine down the side of it, I think it really starts kind of showing up a little bit. So next I'm gonna hit it with the polish and the fine sponge, and we'll see how that comes out. Dude, this paint is gorgeous. I wish my truck was this color. And I like white. This is beautiful. I didn't realize how much metallic was in this paint until I started cleaning it up.
We're gonna do this.
Still wiping it down, but yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's like 3 of them are normal, then the one's got another one.
Man, this door came out gorgeous. Can you guys see the reflection?
There's no way.
Chase, I'm recording.
No.
He's under the car taking off the running boards.
I'm skinny.
Look how flawless that paint is. So much metallic. It's so beautiful. So anyway, now that you know the process, we just have to repeat it on, you know, 90% of the truck. We got one door done, so we're gonna make our way all the way around. The hood's got a lot of contaminants. It's gonna take a lot of work to get this hood cleaned up. Chase was able to go ahead and get all the trim off, so that's looking pretty good. Got the emblems off the back, of course. And so next we're just gonna polish. I'm just gonna spend the next probably day or two, honestly, polishing the paint and getting her cleaned up and detailed and all that good stuff. So I will catch up with you guys when, you know, we get done, or if there's something crazy I need to show you. Like probably the hood. I might record some of the hood because it's gonna be like a hell of a transformation. Alright, here's a little test spot I did on the hood. I'll show you guys. and then come over here where it's not done yet. Amazing difference. I can't wait to get this whole hood done. All right, I just got through. Well, I didn't just get through, but I worked the paint all the way around the back, as you guys probably heard. And I just got through fixing the rear lift gate. I probably should have recorded it more, but the wiper motor wasn't working. The keyless entry was kind of shoddy. And after I did some investigating, I found the broken wire in here. So I ran new wires through here. Got everything patched up there, and then I ended up having to change the rear wiper motor also. So it's got the old rear wiper setup now from my ProCharge Trailblazer. But anyway, so that's all working now, and the locks work, and I got this cover put back on. So for some reason it was, I know why it was out now. Somebody was trying to fight with it to get the rear lift gate open because nothing in the back worked. So anyway, this is all put back in and bolted down, all that good stuff. So yeah, so that's all working. That was one of the things on the list. We've been running the dehumidifier and the ozone machine, as you saw in the back, and it seems to be working great. It's starting to smell really nice and fresh in here. So now all I've pretty much got left to do cosmetically is come on down this side, polish everything on the side, get the hood, the front bumper, the headlights, and you know, I'm probably gonna do a few other things, like maybe paint the wiper arms. You know, those are always kind of annoying. And of course I got to do the roof. I'm gonna take the, I think I'm actually going to unbolt the roof rack, and I'm going to wash the hood down really good, polish it out, and you know, pressure wash the rack while it's off the truck, because they're really hard to get clean up there. And then I'll bolt it back down, you know, get it all nice and clean. That way all these little edges will be nice. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Gonna have to, you know, clean the interior again. I had to change the wiper switch too. I think that's the one that came out of the saw. I can't remember. But anyway, you know, there it is. I put another wiper motor, a wiper switch in there. So it's got the whole thing. For all I know, that switch might have came out of my Trailblazer, but I don't think it did. That grip looks a little different, so I think that's the one that came out of the Saab. So it's got like a premium rubbery grip on it. So whoever gets this thing, you're welcome. Got you a premium wiper knob. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this thing down again because it's been sitting outside for a couple days, and I guess work on getting it back in the garage a little bit and start polishing on it. And I guess probably, I don't know, I might time lapse maybe some of the roof, but I'll knock out the front and the hood and the other side, and you know, then we'll probably see the roof. So see y'all shortly. Are you looking at the screen?
Yep.
Hey. I just got done pressure washing the roof. I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys this part. That's about as clean as I was gonna get it pressure washing. And it actually came out pretty good. So next I'm gonna be, you know, same thing, clay bar on the roof, doing the compound and the polish. Right now I'm cleaning the grounds on the engine for the no start condition. Every once in a while when you turn the key, it doesn't want to start. And so I'm working on that right now. And being that it's a four-wheel drive, they're kind of hard to get to, so I'm having to do it from the top. So I'm in the middle of going through the brakes and stuff like that. So I actually just went ahead and pretty much set this front corner on the ground to make it easier to get to the grounds. And just checking the brakes, going through everything. It all looks good. And I'm actually putting new brake pads on the back. They're a little bit worn out. You know, they're probably about, I'd say there's probably about a third of the pads left. So I figured while I'm in here, I'll just go ahead and throw some new pads on here. And for the most part, the exterior is all done. You know, we'll probably go back over it with some more of the 303 protectant in a couple places. But overall, this thing came out amazing. It's you know, nice and shiny. Paint cleaned up really well. There's a little bit of an imperfection in the clear coat on the roof and the hood. It's not very noticeable at all. I'm talking about slick. It is super slick. But in a reflection, you can kind of see like a little bit of a pattern in there. I'm not really sure what it is, but you can't feel it. And I worked on this hood for probably about 2 hours, which is a lot of time to work on a hood. But as you can see, it's really nice and shiny. Hopefully the metallic may be coming out on camera, but it's a very metallic silver. It's a very nice color. It's very cool. I already got done with the brakes and stuff on this side. I rotated the tires, you know, checked everything, and we're pretty much there. You know, just been kind of working on cleaning it up and getting it ready to run. One more issue I'm having is the four-wheel drive is not working, and it's the transfer case control module. And apparently on 2002s they're notorious for being bad, like from the factory. So I've got another one coming, a newer style one, and I've already tested everything, so once I plug that in, it should be good. I actually had a TCCM from an all-wheel drive vehicle, and everything works. It just won't let you use the switch, and you can't use low and high range or any of that kind of stuff. So I got to get the one that's programmed. I don't have a Tech 2, so I can't flash it. I'm still working on that. I might get one sometime soon. But anyway, so that's pretty much all that's left. You know, I want to make this truck nice. You know, that's how I do things. I'm not a car dealer. You know, I don't sell cars every day, but I can tell you this: when I do get a car to sell, you know, I treat it like it's my own. You know, if I wouldn't trust this vehicle to let my wife and kids ride in it, I mean, I would just scrap it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm going through everything, checking it. I mean, I've, you know, been replacing bulbs, I'm checking brakes, I'm checking fluids in the, you know, drivetrain. Just going through all the little stuff, make sure everything works, you know. Even the mirror switch is messed up. I tried cleaning it last night, so I'm gonna grab another one. It's just little stuff like that, and I always like to make sure that I go through everything. So anyway, I'm gonna get these grounds cleaned up, get the wheels and stuff on this side put back on, and to be honest with you, we're pretty much wrapped up on this thing. You know, I'll probably take it for a ride or something, you know, show you guys how she cruises. The AC is really good in it. It's super clean inside. All these leather seats, and I mean, just this thing's just amazingly clean. So that's the transfer case control module right there, and that's the other one that I plugged in temporarily to test everything. So but like I said, everything seems to work. Oh, I gotta get a fog light. One of the fog lights is blown, but that's the only one I didn't have. I got everything else working. So anyway, and I'll tell you, even just little stuff like removing or swapping that rear wiper arm out for the newer style just cleans up the look of it. Got rid of the badges. Of course, you guys know I shaved the trim off the doors. Got all that stuff buffed out. So, and I'm still undecided on the roof rack. I may put it on. I'm not sure yet. Being a 4-wheel drive, you know, it might kind of look cool to have the roof rack on there, especially since the rear's all clean and, you know, buffed out and everything, and then that's all clean. You know, it might look pretty sharp up there, so I might just put it on back up there. I'm not really sure yet, but I can at least sit it up there and just kind of get a look at it. But you know, since it's not like a sporty model, it's more like a 4-wheel drive style kind of truck. You know, I'm thinking it might look better with the roof rack on it. It just kind of looks plain without it. So you know, if it was lowered or a 2-wheel drive or something, you know, and it was a little bit more sporty looking, it would probably look cooler without it. So it's just hard to say. But anyway, I mean, you know, we don't have the roof racks on, you know, Brandy Saab or my Trailblazer, but and I wouldn't have it any other way. But anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm gonna get this stuff done, and then I'm gonna be ready to move this thing out of the garage, so we'll take it for a little test drive and wrap this one up. Finally got this Trailblazer pretty finished up. You know, there's not really anything else to do to it. You know, I might throw some floor mats in it or something, but other than that, she's ready to go. So I'll show you guys where we're at. And it got a little dirty sitting here, but the paint correction is all done. You know, she looks really good. It's a really nice truck. We actually have driven it a good bit. You know, we took it down on a little trip and put about 450 miles on it the other day. So, and it did really good. So I'm gonna, you know, wash it one more time and treat the plastic, but for the most part everything's ready to go. So as promised, we'll take it for a little drive right quick. All right, we're going on a quick little test drive here, and you know, the AC's nice and cold. You know, even stuff like I mentioned before about the rear wiper, check this out. Got the rear wiper fixed, keyless entry, all that stuff works. You know, there was a good bit of little knick-knack stuff. You know, Trailblazer, pretty much any common issue that the Trailblazers had to be addressed on this one. And you know, that's a good thing, you know, because whoever buys this thing's really not going to have to deal with any of that stuff. So that's always going to be helpful. It's one of those things where, you know, you buy a car and you just don't really know what kind of shape it's in, you know, but in this situation, you know, you pretty much know what you're going to get. So anyway, a few things I do know about this truck. It's got a 373 setup in it. So most Trailblazers are 342s. This one's a 373 gear. So got a little more, you know, takeoff power, towing power, that kind of stuff. And you know, it's a little more desirable. And honestly, it's been my experience that it'll get better fuel mileage being a 373 than it would a 342, which doesn't sound correct, but it is. You know, you just don't have to get on it as much. You know, basically it's just easier on the engine. So but anyway, we're cruising down the road. You know, everything's riding good, alignment's good, tires are nice and smooth. The engine runs great. Like I said, AC's nice and cold. I know you can't feel it, but just imagine the cold air blowing on your face right now. You know, really cold air. Anyway, I just thought tell you something else I haven't ever seen in a Trailblazer before. I'm gonna assume it's probably a 2002 only kind of deal, but on the steering wheel controls, we actually have temperature and fan speed. I've never seen that before in any other Trailblazer. So I can use this switch right here to turn the fan up and down, and also the temperature, as you can see. So that's actually kind of neat. Like I said, I've never seen that before. You got your, obviously, your stereo controls, DIC, which is Driver Information Center, and you know, you got all your normal settings, mileage, all that good stuff. So that's all pretty nice. And as far as I can tell, everything works. So it drives good. We've pulled the trailer with it. It's definitely got all the gears. And that's another thing about the 373 gears, is that it's actually a little bit easier on the transmission than the 342 gears. So it's not having to work quite as hard, especially when you're towing or something like that. So I guess I'll pull out here and do a little rip right quick, just for fun. Not bad for a completely stock 4.2 Trailblazer, you know? She does what she's supposed to do. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And, you know, like I said, this truck's going to be for sale. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. Probably have it listed on Facebook and whatever else. But for my loyal subscribers, I know it's been a while since I posted a video. It's probably been close to 2 months now, and you know, just had a whole lot of stuff going on, not in any particular order, but there's been a funeral, there's been an epidural, there's been a change of jobs, there's been just all kind of crazy stuff going on. So you know, I guess I'm gonna really try to start getting some videos out to you guys. I have been filming here and there, and just haven't had time to edit anything. So this video, we went and had a little vacation last week in Florida, and this video was actually edited while I was on vacation. So you know, that's been about the only time I've actually been able to find to edit a video here lately. So you know, hopefully things will kind of level off here pretty soon, and you know, maybe get a little more content out to you guys. You know, another thing is, like, YouTube's not really, I guess they're not really like promoting my channel like they used to. My views have dropped off tremendously, and I'm not saying in the last couple of months, because obviously if you don't post videos you don't get views, but you know, I used to average, you know, probably 500 to 600 views a day, which, you know, it's not really a lot for some channels, but that just dwindled down over time. Over the last probably 6 months, it went from that to, you know, maybe 80 to 100 views a day. And I went from getting, you know, 60 to 80 subscribers a month, new subscribers, to maybe 30. I mean, it just really don't make any sense. You know, so it's really hard to stay motivated when you know, YouTube favors you know, these bigger channels. Which, I mean, from a business standpoint, you know, that kind of makes sense. But at the same time, you know, everybody that puts content on YouTube is what makes YouTube. So yeah, you've got your channels that have millions of subscribers and get millions of views and stuff, but you know, you can't completely forget about the little guy, you know. And I don't know, I'm not trying to sound like Debbie Downer or anything, but it would just be nice, you know, to see, you know, views and comments and all that kind of stuff. This isn't about the money. It's not like I need, you know, I mean, of course everybody needs money, but I don't do this for, you know, the money, because there's not, it costs me money to do what I do, trust me. You know, but just I enjoy trying to help people. You know, most of the stuff that I do is really geared towards, you know, showing people how to do things or something along those lines. And you know, when you do all that work, and it really is a lot of work. I mean, it takes an insane amount of time, not only to record and edit and render and upload the videos, but it also makes a project take 10 times longer than it would, because you're taking time to film it. So it really takes a lot of I guess discipline, you know, to do this kind of stuff. And when you put that much work into something, and you know, let's say I spend 20 hours filming, editing, producing a video and uploading it to YouTube, and then it only gets like 30 views, you know. I mean, that just don't even make sense. You know, but it really I don't know, it's almost like getting kicked right square in the nuts. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. And you know, I've never really had videos, not real videos, that I have actually put effort into. I've never seen those type of videos get even under 100 views. I mean, even in a couple of days, you know, anything should get a couple hundred views. And you know, it really does not make sense for videos to get 20, 30 views. I mean, it just really don't. Especially somebody that has, I mean, I've got, I don't know, 2,300 subscribers. I used to have about 2,600. And you know, for some reason YouTube just kept taking subscribers off of my channel. It happens apparently to a lot of people. I've been doing some research on it, and it's like a purge or something. They do like old accounts and inactive accounts or something like that. But anyway, you know, I'm trying to stay motivated, or get motivated, because I was very much unmotivated, you know, the last couple months. So you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, I've got some people that are really you know, some of you guys, you know, you mean a lot to me. You know, you're always there to comment, and you know, seeing that, you know, I've helped you guys is really what makes me happy, motivates me. So you know, I just want to say to you guys that I appreciate, you know, you being here and commenting. And you know, I mean, that's really about all I got to say. I'm just kind of mumbling at this point, but you know, we'll get stuff going here. And anyway, I appreciate you guys watching and subscribing, and I guess I'll see you next time. See ya.